Ah, gotcha. You thought I'd got the mic turned on, didn't you? What is up, my friends? We are back with a 2-0 victory. Arne Slot's boys not only managed to score a couple, but kept a clean sheet, and we are back up to third place in the Premier League table. Delighted with that, like, absolutely delighted with it. I knew I got you. You're like, the idiot did it again. You did it again. Great to be back. Yeah, look, that is not just a win, but a performance. So we'll go through it all, of course, but yeah, delighted with it. Delighted. That was so much better than we've seen recently. So delighted for Ryan, delighted for Mo. So let's pick the bones out of it. We'll go through the numbers. We'll ask you to vote for your Anfield Agenda Man of the Match as well. And as I said, if you would like to submit your player ratings, make sure that you are signed up to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp. You can scan that QR code on the screen, and that will take you in there where Connor will put the form in for you to submit them. We'll give you some quotes from the manager as well as we go on through the video, but let's start off by having a little look at the numbers from the game. So possession-wise, Liverpool 54, Villa 46. Total shots in the game, 16 for Liverpool with 4 on target, 10 for Villa with 3 on target. Dangerous attacks, the Reds had 46, Villa had 39. Total passes, 464 for Liverpool with an 88% passing accuracy. Villa, 383 with 84%. And most importantly, the scoreline was Liverpool 2, Aston Villa 0. A clean sheet is very much welcome. And let me just say this as well. Mohamed Salah was absolutely brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant, as was Dominic Szoboszlai, as was many others. But I just want to single out Mo, because when he plays well, the team follows, and Mo was brilliant today. And I'm not just saying that because we won. We were saying this at 0-0 as well. Looked far, far, far better. Right, let's get through some of your comments. Where are we at? Let me go all the way back up here. Sorry, so many to get through. I'm free. We won a football match, said Bobby. Well, enjoy it, mate. Saturday night as well. Love it. If Gakpo is related to Slot, Ekitike should be starting with Flo coming on. Slot is treating Flo badly, worse than Chiesa. Surely need to say this. Look, I'm very... So what you've said there today doesn't even make sense in my opinion, because if Ekitike played today on the left, who's playing in the middle? And Wirtz has played most of the games, to be honest, mate. And you know me, I'm not backwards about coming forwards if I think something's wrong. I think he just needed to make sure that we got the win today, and he went with an 11 that he felt could do it, and they did it. So let's give credit there. Wirtz is a great player and will get to the level needed, but, you know, maybe he's resting him for Tuesday. Maybe he's trying to get the balance there because, of course, we've got Real Madrid at home on Tuesday, and we've also got City away. Craig, we played much better with defenders playing forward and not backwards. Yeah, look, it was just a better performance. Result came as well, but it was a better performance. So you're right, Tony. That's my Salah, said Harrison. We played with lots of pressing, said Habib Shah. Habib, you're right. And again, it's no accident, is it? When the press is there, when the attitude's there, when the aggression's there, we are a different team. And they discovered it today, and I'll take it. Dara Doyle said Tierney on VAR, that's why no red, disgraceful. Mate, I'm 100% with you, Dara, on that should have been an open and shut case for a red card, if not a second red card, because he did enough there for me to warrant another yellow. I don't understand how he didn't get a red. I'll never understand it, Dara, and I'm 100% in agreement with you. Piss take from Tierney not to send them off. Shows how much of an influence Gravenberch has when he plays, said Wolski. Again, yeah, great to have him back in. But look, we've been better all over the park today, and that translated into the result as well. We pressed like we should. Salah was absolutely on it. You could see it from minute 1. Defensively, again, Virgil and Canade were winning their duels and battles. Still some more second balls I'd like to see us win, but that is night and day. And it isn't just because of the result. That was a better performance than we've seen, I would dare say, this season. That's probably our best performance. Maybe you disagree. We played very well for a good percentage as well against Atletico Madrid at home in the opening half. But for me, for a whole prolonged period, that was our best game. Triller, Excellent. Said Dom has been great today. Let's go get 2 more. Well, your man of the match options, if you don't want to have a vote, are Ryan Gravenberch, Mohamed Salah, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Andy Robertson. They are your 4 options. Right, let's give some quotes to you from after the game. I just want to make sure I get these in the right day. So Gravenberch said, I'm happy to be back with the team. Mohamed Salah said, it's very important that we had a few losses in the Premier League and Champions League. We are back on track now. A very important win for us, and don't disagree with Mo on that one. Salah also said, it's good to push before important games with Madrid and Manchester City. Salah also said, I said from the beginning, I played football for many years. This is a freaky season for us because we got new players and lost players. So it's taken a while to adapt to each other's games, but we will be fine. Love hearing that from Mo. Mohamed Salah has now got the 3rd most goal contributions in Premier League history with 279 goals and assists. He's level with Frank Lampard. Right, what else have we got? So many super chats I'm already need to catch back up on. Wondering the decision to bring Wirtz on for Eki is more defending than an option up front. Thinking Chiesa should have come on. Why not? Just Endo if he wanted to kill the game. Also, DDT on Maka. So I do feel he took Ekitike off to rest him up for Tuesday to make sure, because we don't know where we're at yet with Isak. I'm not going to lie to you, I kind of lost some of the substitutions because I was mixing in with the chat and going back and forth as well. But all I can say to you right now for me is I feel a massive sense of relief and pride. Pride, because we all wanted a response and we really did get that response today. So well done. And look, let's not be the guys who come in to try and belittle each other and say, where's the slot out merchants or any of that crap. We were right to be annoyed. We're right to be happy. Let's enjoy it together and talk about what hopefully changes going forward now. Andrew Paisley said Gravenberch is the missing key. Salah and Ibu and Dom all played very well today, sir. Tom said, finally, great performance by the team, and most importantly, the defence looked amazing. Forward all the time, which is how it should be, less sideways play. Thank you, Tom. Ashley Dooley said, the Egyptian king is back on fire. And I'm glad you said that, because it wasn't just that he got a goal. He just put in a really good shift today, Ashley. Kylie said, much more like it for the lads, Craigie boy. Thank you, Kylie Wilson. Appreciate you being with us as a member as well, Kylie, for 5 months. And yeah, so it's much easier to do my job, Kylie, when we perform like that and win. It's difficult and grim when everyone's angry, but I love it. I love today that we're all happy. Elliot said, I'd play the same lineup against Real Madrid. Do you agree? The only change I'm thinking about, mate, is Wirtz for McAllister. Because a couple of things. One, Maka is playing catch-up and has just played another good chunk of football. So I probably would make the change for Wirtz and then get Maka back maybe for the away game against Real Madrid. That's just my initial thinking. But of course, want to see as well what the story is with Jones and when we can have Isak back. Eva Dogwoo said, for me, if we don't win the next 2, I've changed my stance on Slot. I would sack him at least Christmas. I saw a massive response and improvement showing he's got ideas. I think you meant you wouldn't sack him. Yeah, I was getting confused by your comments. Look, we're 1 win in. We've 2 more games this week to go. And like I said, wanted to see context. So if we win, we want to talk about, well, did we deserve to win? Did we play well? Yes, we did. Carry this into Madrid on Tuesday. Going to be a difficult game, as is Madrid away, or City away. But look, we got a response today. And that's why I think so many of us are happy. Sam said literally everyone was brilliant. Mo back now. Liverpool is back. I said this, Habib, as well. It can't be an accident that when Mo played so well, we played so well. It just couldn't be an accident. Like, he set the tone and everyone followed. Will said, just what we needed. Solid, no frills win. Best result today was a clean sheet and Mo much better. Going into the next 2 games with more confidence now. Clean sheet was huge. It really was. Especially for Georgie as well as the back 4. Clean sheet, excellent. Salah better, but killed our once lethal counter so many times. Szoboszlai and Gravenberch, world class. On those counters, the criticism that I had there was it always looked like he was going to go left, and then when he did go right in the second one, it hit the ankles of the player. So I think he held on to it too long and could have released the ball a bit quicker on them. Still feel Gakpo getting preferential treatment. So who would you play instead of Gakpo? This is like, if there's a point to be made, no probs. But who are we playing instead of him? Ngamoa isn't there yet, and nor should he be at his age. So you can't have him playing week in, week out. Isak isn't available, so Ekitike was through the middle. So, like, I'm not saying we don't need competition there, because I've spoken about this quite a bit. But you or I could say Chiesa, but the manager isn't going to play him. So if we're by the way, I'm not saying it's wrong to be annoyed the manager isn't playing Chiesa, because I'm absolutely pissed off about it as well. But I am expecting Chiesa to be put on the left side because we know what way the manager thinks. So when we know what way the manager thinks, expecting things like Gakpo not to play, I just don't expect it to happen yet. Of course, you could make the argument to put Wirtz out on the left side. And for what it's worth, when Isak is fit, I absolutely want to see Ekitike given a run on the left at times to give us something different with Isak through the middle. I'm just trying to kind of temper your expectations of what the manager will actually do. A man with no name said, "Got to see the lads face Sunderland next month. Hopefully we win this. Hopefully we win. We're in a title race by then. Up the Irish, up the Reds. Well, enjoy the game, mate. Gone over to see Sunderland. What a season they're having. Look, this is just one step. Let's not go full. We've turned it all around. It's one win. It's one step, but it's a big step in the right direction, because it wasn't just a win like at the start of the season where we'd won games of football, but we were being honest with ourselves and saying we aren't playing great, but we're winning. That was a result that even if we didn't win, you could have looked at that and taken something from it. The fact we won, of course, is great. The fact we kept a clean sheet is even better. But most importantly, there was a response. There was a response today, and that's really important because it shows that they aren't giving up on the manager. Macca looked more on it tonight. He's yet to get up to his fifth gear. Love the show, Craig. Thank you, Niall. Appreciate that. Please, can we give the manager his merited credit? I think I just did, but happy to do it again, Christopher. Look, the questions were there. Are they still playing for the manager? Can he turn this around? And as you've said, he gets his credit today, because that's not just a win, it's a performance. And it's a performance that shows that there's a team there that are absolutely fighting for the manager, absolutely working and running for each other. That can't even be a debate now. So 100% agree. The manager deserves his credit, but so do the players. And the fans. Let me say that as well. I don't hear the audio of the crowd, but you can tell. You can tell when it's getting tasty in there, because the lads gave the crowd something to feed off today. And I didn't see enough of the press in the first 10 or 15 minutes. But after that, I thought the press was excellent. And I thought that we were forcing them into mistakes. And I said, you could go back and watch it when it was 0-0. There's a mistake here. If we keep pressing them, there's a mistake here. And it fell to Mo, and he took it really quickly. Intercepted the pass from Emmy. Right foot first time scored. And then, we got our noses in front, and then we started to have that swagger, and we started to play better, and we just looked like ourselves. We looked like Liverpool playing at home. Foxy, how are we? Was a good win today. Tell Sabrina I said hi. I will, sir. And same to you, to Leanna and the kids. Hope all is well, Carol. David said, much better from us one game at a time, though. Yeah, of course. Just, let's not get carried away. But as you said, it is nice. We haven't had this feeling enough lately, right? So let's enjoy the win as well. So, best performance of the season. Right, that's a good question. Now, we have a poll running for man of the match, but give me a thumbs up if you would agree it's the best performance of the season. Thumbs down if you disagree. I'm definitely 2 thumbs up. I think it is our best performance of the season. An actual performance. Aaron said, first time I've recognised this team since my daughter was born in May. Don't fix what isn't broken. Again, I'm glad you brought that up, Aaron, and congrats again on the daughter, mate. Yeah, nothing but thumbs up there in the chat as well. Proper order. Frankfurt was look. There was a good win, but they're shit this season. Like they've been getting spankings left, right, and centre, and we beat them. But I always felt like that was an easy enough one to win. Today, Villa came into this having beaten Spurs away and beaten Manchester City. So they're coming into this game full of confidence, sniffing blood in the water for us because we're not playing well, and we played them off the park and beat them 2-0. That carries a lot of weight with me, obviously. More of the same. All we can ask for, said Blizzard. Yeah, if we can repeat that again, nothing wrong with that. If we put in that performance against Madrid, we'll certainly be giving them a game. What made me smile is that we had that desire back. Yep, said Tabo Peterson. I agree. We looked like ourselves. The aggression was there. Carson said Frankfurt was better, but Villa a performance against stronger opposition. I think we played better today than we played against Frankfurt. I really, really do. Now, of course, you're never going to turn your nose up at a 5-1 victory, but I think we played better today and we kept a clean sheet. Roger said Movember, Mohamed Salah is back. Well, hopefully we do get a great November out of him. I'm proud of Bradley's grit today, said N. So am I. I thought he was great. I thought they were all great. There wasn't really a poor performance in there. And it's going to make my job for the player ratings very difficult because, it's easy for me to get carried away when we do well. It's easier for me to get negative when we lose, but I'm looking forward to the player ratings video today. Liverpool 902 said, great result, Craig. Sleeping happy today. Yep, definitely sleeping happy, and it'll ease the pain on the arm a little bit as well when we win. Janos said, pressing worked. It did. Spot on. Second balls, Craig. Good performance, but I back us all day when teams play like that. But big win for confidence. Well, as I've said, Brian, they came into this game full of confidence. Beating Manchester City and beating Spurs away. So it's not like we got them at the right time. They got us when we were in a really sticky patch, and the lads got a result today. And I still disagree with the weakness of the squad Arne put out midweek, but his decision is more vindicated now that he's got that win. Now we need to back it up on Tuesday. Word of the One said, also I think Grav brought a lot of stability to the midfield. It helped Dom excel. Abdullah said, I think Villa's manager wasn't too smart. He didn't play to exploit Liverpool's weakness. They kept playing from the back. Their free kicks weren't straight to our 18. So they did try to get in behind their fullbacks, Abdullah, a little bit. And there was a couple of occasions early doors where they were in behind Bradley on the right-hand side. And another one actually in behind Robbo that Robbo got back on and ended up giving away a corner. But as much as Villa didn't do what they wanted to do, we did what we wanted to do. And that's the part that excites me most about it. Andre, 7 a.m. in Osaka, and I'm finally going to bed happy. Well, congrats, man, for staying up all that way. Much love to you over in Japan as well. And glad you're going to bed happy. I'll be the same this evening. Waddy said, I'm going Mo for man of the match. Szoboszlai played his normal game, and I'm made up to see Mo getting back to a bit of form and hit 250 goals for the Reds. That's 250 is massive. It's huge. His goal contributions are absolutely phenomenal. And I've more quotes to read you guys through in a second. Keane very kindly sending me on loads of quotes from the manager, which I will read out to you guys in a moment. Don't forget though, the man of the match poll is open. If you haven't voted yet, we're asking you, is it Gravenberch, Salah or Szoboszlai? Robbo's in there as well. For what it's worth, I would go for Mo today, although I love Dom and he's always playing well. I do think with the record he set, with the tone he set with his performance, I would give Mo man of the match personally. This one. Stefano Domina said, Robbo, what a comeback. Offers so much more in play. Team cohesion, experience, and a clean sheet too. Loved Macca's aggression. Happy out. Yeah, and that's why I would say Robbo away against Manchester City as well. Not sure on Tuesday if you can get Robbo to play that many games in a row. You probably will see Milos start on Tuesday. But definitely think Robbo for City away. Sobbo rage baiting Emery was brilliant, said Kyle. I do love a bit of shithousery, Kyle, as you know. Scott, and 20 months with us as a member as well. Scott, thank you. Much better. Great win. Let's keep that going. Sam said, my main takeaway, he does not trust his bench. One sub. So it's an interesting point, actually, Sam, on the bench. It is an interesting point because looking at it, it looked like two keepers on the bench. We said this before the game. It looked a bit... and looking at the bench, that he's not going to really trust Chiesa and not really trust in Rio yet. Whatever people say, that's a fact. Different reasoning. Why he doesn't trust Chiesa, none of us know why. The fact that he isn't ready to fully utilise Rio yet, I think we all understand, because he's a young player developing and they need to be managed particularly carefully. No doubts longer term with Rio, but again, it's hard to say because it is a bit contradictory to talk about having 3 games in 7 days and then making one change. So that's a fair point you've made, Sam. It'll be interesting now to see the team selection for Tuesday. But look, I'm just happy and relieved, dude. Sorry, I'm just removing a xenophobic arsehole from the chat. Jesus Christ. Why do so many people have so much hate in their heart towards other people from other parts of the world? It's just strange, lads. Just strange loser mentality. I think we'll be better against these teams who prefer to play football, but we have to solve problems other teams set up for us. Yeah, we do. We absolutely, we've disagreed on a lot tonight, mate, but I absolutely agree with you on that. Villa played a game of football that's not alien to us in the way that we play. And we won the game. So look, we know Madrid aren't going to play with a low block either. When they come up against us, they're going to go and try to play with fast counters, yes. But again, if we can match the intensity we showed tonight, the crowd will be behind us. I think it'll be a very interesting Tuesday evening. Maybe Arna put the very weak team out midweek to guarantee a rest for an 11 to play these 3 games. Perhaps, but for me, the problem wasn't the 11 he put out. It was the bench and how weak that was, because it didn't give him an out to change things if and when we went behind. But look, what's done is done. The past is the past. We got the result today, and that's what we were looking for. Delighted he didn't do too many changes tonight. It's about developing a bond and understanding together. So many changes disrupt that, said Barry. If we press more, we win more, said Habib. And Habib, I agree. The press was better, performance was better, and we won. So you're right, sir. I've said this many times, play the championship champions winning team and integrate new players for one by one. Slot did that tonight, and that made it Liverpool forever. Still, yeah, look, we're all happy. Let's just be happy, we're all happy, we're all right, we're winning. Life's great. Can we just continue doing what we know best, and that is crossing shots? Szoboszlai and Connor need to start doing more crossing. Gakpo needs to start learning how to use his left leg. Yeah, he does. And he also, when he cuts inside, I think sometimes he goes one step across too far. So for me, if Cody cuts inside and the shot isn't immediately there, I think he needs to lay it off then. But too many times Cody cuts inside, he goes to one defender, looks up, goes another time, and then runs into traffic. If the shot's on initially, take it. If not, square it. Connor said, whatever this was tonight, more of that, please, and thank you. Yeah, to put it very simply, Connor, yes, I'm with you on that one. Will said, we know Kirkes is the future, but hope this is now a run of games for Robbo. If only this to take the spotlight off him. I'd be pretty certain we're going to see Kirkes on Tuesday and Robbo on Sunday. And I think that's probably right, because if you had to pick Robbo to manage him for one of those 2 games, I would say let it be the league game against Manchester City, because we've more wiggle room in the Champions League than we do in the Premier League. We need to keep picking up points there. Caroline McCabe, is that the right? Did I pronounce that right? Yeah, Caroline McCabe said, love you, Craig. Keep up the good work. I think we need to sack Slot. Another bad performance. I don't know about the bad performance part. It was an incredible performance. But I don't know if there's a joke in there I'm missing somewhere. Kyle said, I think we're finally getting our chemistry up. Anybody else just feel a weight has been lifted off? Yes, Haley, 100%. I did not know what to expect, mate, today going into this game. Didn't know how we were going to show up. I played out every scenario in my mind. I played out what this was going to be like if we lost it, how I was going to have to, deal with the chat being understandably annoyed. The one scenario I'll admit to you I didn't play out in my head was a clean sheet. Because I thought there's a good chance we win the game, and I said before I felt optimistic when I got up today. But the clean sheet really is the cherry on the nipple. For me, it really, really is, because it will help confidence of that back line, and it was great for Georgie as well. I made a really good save in the first half. Did you finish the ratings? I haven't done them yet, Ali. I record the ratings, so that'll be a different video altogether. If you do want to submit your player ratings, by the way, just scan that QR code there on the screen that you can see now. That will bring you to the Anfield Agenda WhatsApp, where Connor posts in the link for the player ratings. Footy Banter said, happy we won, but still need to learn how to play a low block and set ball teams. Yeah, honestly, though, if we're being really honest about the low block thing, this isn't just an Arna Liverpool problem. We've had a problem with low blocks for a long, long, long time. Doesn't excuse the fact we can't break them down, but it isn't just an Arna thing. Dan said, do you believe? Believe what? I mean, we're not winning the league, Dan. I don't believe that. But I said maybe 2 weeks ago, if we can peak when we get to the knockout stages of the Champions League, there's a good chance for us there in that competition. Kind of a la PSG last season, where they had a bit of a shocking start and then found their way and peaked at the right time. I think the league is a step too far for us. I'm not throwing it out the window yet, but we've got to earn the right to be back in that title race. So we got to keep picking up our points and hoping Arsenal drops them. And if we get within a real striking distance and the form picks up, who knows? But right now, happy with the win, delighted with the clean sheet, really happy with the performance and the response from the players. There's a lot to be happy about there today. A lot. Salah, incredible. And seeing him back, I don't think it's an accident that when he was better, the team was better. Soboslai for captain when VVD leaves. I would agree with that. Ashwak, future captain, I definitely would agree with that. David Massett said, I think Chiesa was not Slot's buy. I agree with that as well. But at what point, David, are you just being an arsehole of a manager if you just continuously turn your back on a player? And another thing I would add into that is, if he wasn't his player, we had a chance to get rid of him again in the summer, and he chose not to. And by choosing not to, I feel that you have a duty then to play him. So I think we're on the same page. But yeah, social media will slander Wirtz after this game. This isn't aimed at you, but fuck them. Let them. Because I know without any hesitation that there is absolutely zero chance that Florian Wirtz does not come good. He is too good of a footballer, and we are too good of a team. And yes, maybe it isn't happening as quickly as some people want, but football and our club is littered with players. Look at Soboslai. I can go back to watchalongs we did 2 seasons ago where people were tearing him a new one. And people were saying he's not good enough. And people were saying he's a show pony. Some players just take time, Harwain. And you're right, social media is a very reactive place at times. It's why I'm not on there. Because, I'm emotional enough without going on there and getting rage baited even more. But we know, right? We know. As Liverpool fans, we know. And also, anybody who's trying to banter Wirtz would have crawled over broken glass to have them at their club. They would have. So, we will have the last laugh on this one, sir. We will. Big Chilly, said, good win today. Glad we finally kept the clean sheet. Shout out to Taylor's World. Sorry to hear about the passing of your nan. Our condolences. Lovely gesture, mate. Thank you. And again, condolences, as you've said. Soboslai's always been good. I know, but I can only tell you my lived experience from doing these watch-alongs is there always has to be a scapegoat every season for people. And it was Szoboszlai a couple of seasons ago. It was Lallana a long time before that. It was Henderson then for a while. And look, everyone's entitled to an opinion. But if you don't see the progression in Wirtz since he's come in, I don't know what to say. Like, he's not there yet, but he's getting there. You can see it coming together. And when it does, I'll be adamant, there's a potential Ballon d'Or winner there. That's how strongly I do believe in him. Remy Hackett said aggression and proper teamwork made the difference. Yes, aggression, pressing, and winning duels. Second balls, there was still some more I think we could have been quicker to, but all in all, absolutely, yeah, I agree with your sentiment. Right, let me read you through some of the quotes from our manager, because I don't want to ignore these either. So, first up, we have Arna saying, what I liked most was everybody here felt the importance of the game. I'm talking about my players and the fans. Everybody showed up. This was the moment they showed we're still there. And he's right. They did show up. The fans definitely showed up. The players showed up. It felt like a Liverpool proper home game tonight. Everybody just aggressive. And I mean that about the fans in a good way as well. He also said, goals make a lot of differences in football. I'm not too sure, but maybe we created more chances in other games. Well, we did have 16 shots in this game with only a quarter of them on target. So, we can be a bit more proficient there. But also, I hope this does show, like Gravenberch's goal, shooting, deflection, goal. So do take more shots. It wasn't the first time we created a chance from a high press, a mistake from them, and it gave us the lead. Second half, another goal and a clean sheet. Like I said, we were ready for it today. And look, I bigged up the press early in the game and said there is a mistake in there. There is a mistake in there. Craig, love your channel, mate. Didn't love the arrogance and bashing of Arsenal fans. Look silly now. No, don't regret a second of it. Arsenal fans were ridiculously arrogant for no reason. And you say bashing of them. Mate, I'm a Liverpool fan who has to see 2 league titles that we've won belittled by Arsenal fans out of jealousy. Belittled to the point where they wanted the league cancelled in COVID year, and last year trying to say it was the worst league title in the history of Premier League. And does that apply to Arsenal if they win it this year? So I don't just pluck these things out of tin air, mate, and have a pop at anybody. I don't go in on anybody without having a reason. And Arsenal fans have been absolute arrogant arseholes over the last 3 years for no reason. And I've always said if they win the league, I'll be the first one to congratulate them. But don't for 1 second think that they didn't deserve every single ounce that they've gotten from me and every other Liverpool fan. Because when you want to cancel a season because you're not winning it, and when you want to undermine a league title because you didn't win it by saying it was the shittest one in the history of the Premier League, what do you think they deserve? What do you think they deserve? So it isn't karma. They are getting what they fucking deserve. And if they win the league this year, I'll credit them for it, like I've said. But I apologise for nothing about that because, again, imagine wanting to cancel a league. Imagine your biggest fan channel openly on air wanting the league null and voided just because you can't face that we're winning the league. That is petty to the extreme. And you talk about me having a bad look and jealousy? Sorry, mate. Shoes on the other foot. Right, what else have we got? Also, Arna said the balances are small in the Premier League. You see it every single game. Today was a close call, but we were on the right side. More from the manager. He said they played a very good game as a team and individually, not only from the midfield. I saw other outstanding performances as well. Look, it's just a good win today. Very, very happy that we did get it. Bricktop said, Craig, Arsenal fans are doing well, but once a bottle job, always a bottle job. It's like the Newcastle fans. Like, they're taking offence as if they did nothing to deserve the banter and the shite that came their way. Like I said, I sat here as a Liverpool fan looking at Arsenal and their fan channels saying they wanted the league cancelled just because we were winning it. And talk about us being petty. We won the league last year. And I promise you, if you win it this year, I'll be the first one on here to say, well done, thoroughly deserved. I won't be belittling it, saying it was the shittest league in history. I won't be trying to say you only won it because every other team played shit. I'll give the credit they deserve. But that's the difference, right? They weren't willing to do that for us. And that says a lot more about them. John Glover said, great win and love the Preston today. Respect for offering to pay for that guy's granddad. Did you get to pay for him? We did get John. We got in contact with him. Connor sent the money today, actually. And you know, there was money left over as well. So I'm glad you brought that up. In case people weren't with us, the granddad thing from the other day. Yes, granddad's grandchild did get in touch with us. Connor sent the money across today to cover the costs, and because there was money left, we're going to be making a donation to Fans Food Bank as well, in your name, of course. So yeah, glad you brought that up. I did mention it at the start of the watch along, but again, I know people aren't always in for that one. So yeah. This one says, facts, our fans are so arrogant for winning F all. It's not just the arrogance, it's the belittling of others' achievements that really wound me up, mate. Craig, here's a personal question. I hear you saying before that you went to counselling. I need it, but I'm ashamed, embarrassed. I go all the time. Yeah, still. I have an appointment on Monday with my psychologist. And I've been going to psychiatrists, psychologists and counsellors on and off since 21. And I'll need it for the rest of my life. And I wouldn't be able to do what I do here and be as relaxed around you guys without it. So it's nothing to ever be embarrassed about. You wouldn't be embarrassed to go to the doctor if you broke your arm. You wouldn't be embarrassed, to go to the doctor if you had an ear infection. Your mental health is no different. It's part of your overall health and it's important. So far better for you to reach out to ask for that helping hand and, go down a path that nobody wants to see, and be proud of yourself for one, speaking up, two, realizing that you need some help, and I hope that the help is there and you get it, man. Honestly, hand on heart, I'm proud of you. I don't know you, but I'm proud of you because more people need to be like that. None of this bravado shit. We all hurt. We all need help sometimes. There's trained professionals there to do it, and I know it's impacted my life in a very, very positive way, and I wouldn't be here without it. So, yeah, much love to you, and do let us know how you get on. Never feel ashamed, mate. You've taken the first step. Exactly, Hayley. Absolutely. It takes a strong person to say, I need help. I'm not right. Be proud of yourself. Can I have a mention for my nan who passed away? Of course, I'm really sorry, Taylor, about your nan. I remember when I lost my own grandmother as well. Grandmothers are special. Grandmothers are special. They're like the patriarchs of our families. They hold it all together. Always the best cooks as well, by the way. Both my grannies were incredible cooks as well as incredible women. And I learned a lot. My two grandmothers, and I'm sure yours was the same, very strong women. Both reared their families on their own. And I'm really sorry to hear about the passing of your nan. But I'm sure she was well loved. Felt like a Klopp performance, said Nathan. Who's your favourite Liverpool player? Of all time, Robbie Fowler. Of this group, it used to be Bobby Firmino. I think it's quickly becoming Szoboszlai. Macca's right up there as well, though. I do love Macca. Right, let's have a look at the man of the match poll. So we asked, who's your man of the match? Ryan Gravenberch, Mo Salah or Dominic Szoboszlai, with 56% of over 7,000 votes cast. Your Anfield Agenda man of the match is Dominic Szoboszlai. Congrats to him and thank you to you guys for voting as well. Leander said, 10 years in therapy, saved my life. All the best to you. Glad you've reached out for help. Yep, I agree, mate. I wouldn't be here without my counselling, therapy and visits. I wouldn't be here. So I'm glad you've had a positive experience of it as well, and well played to you, man, for speaking up because it will help. Michael Stewart said, Craig, you're the best, mate. This channel and community helps me mentally. Thanks for everything. Hey, look, like I say, whatever thanks you think I deserve, flip it, because you guys do the exact same for me in more than you'll ever know. So please don't ever feel like you need to thank me for anything. This is a team effort, all of us, a group, a community. And that's the word I want to keep hammering home, community, because these people in this chat, they're damn good people. Soyetsu said, my dad came over to watch a game with me for the first time in years. Thank you, Liverpool, for an amazing time, my old man. He was super impressed with Szoboszlai and couldn't stop talking about him. Good. And yeah, delighted for you and your dad, mate. And hope you get to another one soon. Will he stick with this team for the next two? I doubt it. Because they're so close, I would imagine there will be quite a few changes going in there. I'd say you'll get close enough to this team on Sunday. But midweek, I would say Kirkes will come in. I think Wirtz might come in as well. Be interesting to see if Jones is fitting back, if Isak's fitting back. But, one game at a time. And tonight, we're all going to go to bed happy. Do you think Slot doesn't rate Chiesa? He mustn't. He's honestly one of the biggest head scratchers I have with this whole Slot era is why we're not seeing anywhere near enough game time for Chiesa, because it cannot be an attitude thing, because we know his attitude's great. He works his arse off. Fans love him. It's one of those things we may never find out the answer to, but we should know the answer to, because it just doesn't feel right, does it? Jack Renton said, how about the Onana chokeslam on Maka? It was ridiculous that Tierney didn't give that a red card in the VAR room. Ridiculous. I don't know what they were doing in there, but it's not just one incident as well, by the way. It was 2 or 3 times. I cannot for the life of me understand how that wasn't violent conduct and a red card. When is Alisson back? The hope is the other side of this upcoming international break in November, but don't take that as 100%, but that's the aim. Arna Slot, speaking about Salah, said, I think this is the Mo we and him want to see. About the midfield three, he said they played a very good game as a team and as individuals, not only from the midfield. I saw other outstanding performances as well. Speaking about Salah, he said he scores, which is not a surprise. What I liked was that he was strong every time we played the ball forwards to him, and he kept the ball. He helped the team out defensively. This is Mo, we, and he himself wants to see. And he's right. Mo was physically a beast today. The amount of duels and strength he was winning, or duels he's won and strength he showed, it was incredible. And not just that, the silky flicks. He had Digne on toast. It was a joy to watch that today from Mo. The real Johnny Sin said, why did Villa play exact opposite to what we are vulnerable to, though? Could have easily gone long and direct, but for some reason went short. Not sure, but also not going to argue about it, mate, because, as you said, it did lean into us and in a positive way, and I'll take that. I'll take the win. So Van Dijk said, even in good times, you have to still keep going and don't take your foot off the gas. What I've noticed over the last few weeks is there's a lot of noise that you've no control over, and we have to deal with that as a team. Some of the takes are ridiculous. So, look, Virgil's been talking about this noise quite a bit, but what is also ridiculous, Captain, is losing 6 games in 7 at Liverpool Football Club. So whatever you want to say about the noise, it's unacceptable to lose 6 games in 7 at this football club. So yes, we're putting it right, which is great, but let's not start making out like it was unwarranted criticism from our captain. It was absolutely warranted by fans to be unhappy about that. And you got to take that on the chin, mate, and move on. Last season we did some negative stuff, but everything was all sunshine and rainbows everywhere. Now it sounds like we're going to be in relegation battle. This is how it works in the world. I think Virgil has been deluded. I'm sorry, and I don't say this lightly, but he's come out with some absolute shite. Like, last season we did things wrong and it was all sunshine and lollipops. No, it wasn't. Going out of the Champions League, losing the League Cup final, and finishing the season the way we did was absolutely not champagne, Skittles, sunshine and lollipops, Virgil. Don't just reinvent the narrative to suit what you're trying to say, mate. Again, this is our fucking captain. Stop it. Stop it. Because you're trying to belittle people who are very understandably annoyed by losing 6 out of 7. And again, just come on and say it was great today, we won, we're going back in the right direction. Don't start belittling people, mate, who had every right to be unhappy with what they were seeing. It's not a good look. Arna Slot, we've done those ones. Support helps a lot, especially because it happened at 0-0. When we were in a difficult situation as a club team, it got so difficult for me. The support I got, something that makes this club special. Arna Slot and how much the fans support. Maka should have got a red for play acting. No, he shouldn't. But, keep moaning about it. Villa played well, gave us a great game, but we were better, said Stena. Vir's letting his overpaid mouth right checks his bum can't cash. I just don't like that. What the fuck is the point of that from our captain? Again, he's got this bee in his bonnet about noise. It's not noise, Virgil. It's absolutely understandable frustration at the shite the fans were looking at for 6 of the last 7 games. News on Isak. Don't really have any, Mark. Don't know, mate. Hopefully back soon. But the truth is, we haven't really ever been given an exact time frame. There was some chances that could have been today. Again, it'll be depending on when he trains. So when you see him back training, I think it's probably an indication that we may see him very soon. Do you think Slot trusts Wirtz, or is it that Szoboszlai's just having the season of his life? Szoboszlai's having an incredible season, but we want this competition, right? We want to see Szoboszlai well. We want to see Wirtz well. We want to see Maka well, Gravenberch well, Jones well, because that competition will just increase performances and, you know, lift levels all over the pitch. And again, let's give Dom his credit, because Dom said when Wirtz came in, I'm not giving up my place easily. And he's living up to that. He's walking the walk. That's unlike Virgil, because the performances were terrible in those losses too, except United game. So, you know, this is what I say about people who have smoke blown up their arse their whole life. Fair criticism is fair. And to come out with that after a win, I really don't like it from Virgil. And I don't think it's good leadership, and I don't think it's going to go down well with fans who are rightly annoyed. Like, it's Liverpool Football Club. You're the captain. You've lost 6 out of 7. What do you expect? Do you think fans are just going to blindly keep saying, oh yeah, this is great. I'll keep paying me 60 quid every week to go to the game. I'll travel up and down the country or over to Europe to watch. I'll do all of that. And then see that and think they're going to be happy about it? They weren't booing inside the state. I mean, I think he's just deluded with it, to be honest. I really do. I don't think it's a good look. So John said, who's calling players' names? Who's calling players' names? Why do you always go to the extreme, though? There are many people who weren't calling the players' names, who were just looking at really poor performances and weren't happy about it. So let's not go to either end of the extreme here, because you say there were people who were calling them names, and I can say to you there were deluded people who were just blowing smoke up their arse even when things were shit. The truth is mostly in the middle, and most people are in the middle. So that, from my captain, I think is nonsense. You might disagree with me, and I respect your opinion to do it, but those comments are just absolutely stupid. Joe Baroni said, Craig, in your opinion, we go for the Champions League or try to catch Arsenal? I know we want both. I think you just have to take it one game at a time, as the old cliche goes, and, you know, earn the right. We've got to earn the right to be in the title race. We've got to earn the right to challenge for the Champions League. So, you know, I know it's a cliche, but really is one game at a time now. I missed it. What did Van Dijk say? He said, even in good times, you have to keep going and don't take your foot off the gas. What I've noticed over the last few weeks is there's a lot of noise that you have no control over, and we have to deal with that as a team. Some of the takes are ridiculous. Last season we did some negative stuff, but everything was all sunshine and rainbows everywhere. Now it sounds like we're going to be in a relegation battle. That's how it works in the world. We're not going out there to lose games or have fans go home disappointed. We go out there to work our socks off. Like I said, that's just deluded. It's deluded. I have no other take for it other than that is entitled and deluded from Virgil. And I take no pleasure in saying that, but that's nonsense from the captain. Nonsense. Look closer to home, mate. Look closer to home. Fans pay their money. They travel. They support. They buy their subscriptions. This team is better than what we've seen. And to say anything other than fans aren't justified to be annoyed about it, I'm sorry, it's wrong. Will said, not sure what's wrong with Verge on and off the pitch this season. Remy Hackett said, as fans we're mandated to speak on poor performances. I know, it's just, that's entitled from Virgil. That's all it is, absolute entitlement. To just think that fans don't have a right. They weren't booing inside the stadium. They weren't protesting. They weren't emptying out seats. They were rightly annoyed. And he has the entitlement and arrogance to feel they weren't entitled to that. Sorry, be better. You're the captain of this football club. Never heard that from Jordan Henderson. Never. Why don't we play Salah as a striker? It's something we've kind of flirted with, the idea of as fans for a while. And when we switched to that 4-4-2, I wondered, would we see it? So truth is, I don't know, mate. I don't know, but I'm very happy to see how well he played today, and he looked like himself. Right, ladies and gents, I'm going to go and record the player ratings, which I hope you guys have submitted to. If you haven't yet, still a chance to do so. Scan the QR code in the corner of the screen, and that will bring you in there. Really appreciate all of your support tonight. Means the world to me personally, and again, great for the lads to be back to winning ways. The players looked like they were at it out there. The crowd responded, of course, and fair play to Arnott as well. Clean sheet, 2-0 victory, and we build confidence as we head into we head into the game on Tuesday. So fingers crossed. Much love, folks. I will see you Monday. I don't think I'm going to be doing any content tomorrow, actually, so I will see you Monday. Appreciate you as always. Have a good